All right, so we're going to work through one more example of calculating and finding our standard deviation from beginning to end. Unlike the last example where we were kind of set up nicely, here we're kind of starting from scratch. I went ahead and drew the table in there, but then we're going to go through all of our different pieces of the problem. So find the standard deviation of the data set 43, 27, 43, 52, and 45. So before we can take our data minus our mean, we actually have to find our mean. Right? So x bar is sigma x divided by n. 43 plus 27 plus 43 plus 52 plus 45 divided by the number of values in our data set is 5. This gives us 210 divided by 5, which gives us 42. So our mean is 42. So now we're going to use this mean and fill in our table. So our second column, data minus mean. 43 minus 42 equals 1. 27 minus 42 gives us negative 15. 43 minus 42 gives us 1. 52 minus 42 gives us 10. 45 minus 42 gives us 3. All right, now we're going to square all of these values. 1 squared is just 1. Negative 15 squared. Remember, anytime we square a negative, it turns positive. So we get positive 225. 1 squared is just 1. 10 squared is 100. 3 squared is 9. Then we're going to add these values up here. 1 plus 225 plus 1 plus 100 plus 9 gives us 336. So now we're going to go to our standard deviation formula. Right, so remember we have sigma x minus x bar squared over n minus 1. And that sigma x minus x bar squared is what we just found. That's 336 divided by 5 minus 1. 336 over 4. Again, if this doesn't divide evenly, I recommend plugging this into your calculator at this point, but this actually does work out nicely. 4 goes into 336 evenly, which gives us 84. And our square root of 84 is 9.165. So there is our standard deviation for this example. Right, so as you're working through your standard deviation problems, again, watch your arithmetic. Make sure as you're squaring positives or negatives, they're turning into positive values into that last column. And then once we find all those, sum those values. Make sure you remember to subtract 1 from your sample size. Again, and then as you're working through these problems, wait until the very end to do any sort of rounding for these.